Orange High School, in case you haven't noticed, is in the house. And, man, Bob, I can't wait because tomorrow night will be Orange High versus Yorba Linda.
If you remember a year ago, that was maybe the game of the year, right? It's definitely
Absolutely.
a nominee for game of the year. Back and forth, man. So many points on the scoreboard a year ago.
So much
It was
talent.
a whole lot of fun. We're expecting the same type of game once again this year.
So much talent, man. I'm telling you right now. And hopefully for the kids, it won't be 200 degrees at kickoff like it is
out
tonight
here tonight.
in our kickoff. Hey, let's introduce you to our auxiliary group out there, John Conti and Dan DeForest. John, how you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. I'm John Conti, Dan DeForest standing here to my left. I cannot wait for this football game tomorrow, as you guys were just talking about. We covered this game last year. It was a shootout, man. If you took the over, you definitely won, but there were some great defensive plays made in that game, too. So we're looking forward to another shootout, and Orange High is in the house right now. Dan, what was it like covering that game on that sideline?
Oh, my God, it's battle back and forth the whole way. Last possession was the winner.
That's right. Last possession was the winner.
Yeah,
So
it
we got Orange High in the house. Big game tomorrow night. Yorba Linda at Orange, Fred Kelly Stadium. Looking forward to it. Back to you guys.
All right, man. So, anyways, that game last year, Bob, we were so tired by the end. We're going to talk a little bit about that later
You think
on.
we were tired? How do you think these players felt?
Yeah, we'll get Coach Perjosa up here. And, man, the talent is just phenomenal between Yorba Linda and Orange High.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of guys going to the big school getting those NIL deals, Bob. Oh, man.
Everybody's talking about
It's
them.
out of control,
Everybody's
man.
talking.
All right, let's catch everybody up on last week, Bob. Of course,
Yeah, good slate of games.
the big ball game last week in the country happened to have eyes here in Southern California with Mater Dei playing Gorman in Las Vegas. And, man, what a game. Mater Dei, Gorman matching up there. It was 14-0 Gorman after
I was
one,
gonna say,
Bob.
Gorman got out early.
Things were a little crazy, but towards the end, it was 21 apiece. Mater Dei gets a field goal. Gorman missed one, and then Gorman had the ball back, and they were down like at the Mater Dei 20 with 30 seconds to go, and the Monarchs held them, and that was it.
It's a hallmark of Mater Dei's program for so many years now.
Yep.
They figure things out at halftime better than most teams out there. So, right, defensively, they were able to dial it in, hold Gorman in check, get enough points to get out there, win the football game. And we've just seen Mater Dei do it time and time and time again. That's what they do.
Well, the good thing is, was two teams ranked in the top 10 of the country. Mater Dei number 1 and Gorman number 6, I believe, at the time. And Gorman doesn't slip at all this week, in my opinion. They get to stay right there, I believe, in the 5th or 6th slot we have them in.
For sure.
All right, taking a look at Long Beach Poly Sarah. Again, Long Beach Poly and Sarah, they've been going at it for a few years now. I don't think the Jackrabbits have beaten Sarah until this last week. This last week at 17-3, and Poly defending CIF champions as Sarah's defending state champion. By the way, they beat Poly in the semifinals last year, and look at the Jackrabbits, man, coming away.
One reason I know Pauly's back is look at the defense, right? They hold Sarah to 3 points in this football game. So it's a big win for Poly, but it's a big win for their defense. If they can play defense like that the rest of the season, Poly's going to be right in the conversation all throughout this 2022 season.
All right, things don't get much easier, though, for Long Beach Poly. They got Mission Viejo this week. Another one, man. Hey, this will tell you where they're at.
It really will.
If they play a good game against Mission Viejo, they don't let them get away with it, get too far out of hand. This will be a good one. If not, we'll know.
We'll learn a lot about both teams coming out of this game. Big time.
Mission's had a good program for a long time. Sarah's got Cathedral this week. Cathedral's undefeated. They are their equal in every way, shape, and form. That game against Sarah will be good this week. And it's been a long time since Sarah's went 0-3, especially coming away from a state championship the prior year.
For sure.
All right. Corona Centennial and Cathedral Catholic. This game we talked about a little bit last week. Cathedral Catholic is like the bomb in San Diego. And Corona Centennial, number 6 in the country, handled them mighty handily there, 42-7. In Centennial's 2 games, they've scored 127, allowed just 7 points. They look like, they may have a shot at, given Mater Dei, who they will play this week, something to think about. We'll get into that in just a second. But go ahead, and I know you have some thoughts on this.
No, I was just going to say,
we're going to get into that.
We have seen San Diego schools be able to come up at times and match the Southern Section schools, but not now, right? Not this year. We've seen the Helixes and those schools in the past, but I don't think they're at that level right now. But plus, it's Corona Centennial. Come on, they're going to lay 62 points on almost anybody out there, right? That's just what they do.
Now, I was out at Yorba Linda this weekend, and they played La Mirada, a good game for them. It was another game like like Orange, it was another game like that where it's
Right.
back and forth. And finally, Yorba Linda got a late touchdown to put things away. It was 27, I believe, 13. Great ball game. Got to talk with Coach Bailey after the game, and this is what he had to say about the game and what he had to say about his upcoming game versus Orange. Right, Coach. Another nice win tonight. La Mirada's no joke, They're ready. They come to play. What'd you guys do good tonight?
Well, I thought they did a great job. They were physical. They kind of took us to us at the beginning, did some things that we hadn't prepared for. And, our kids kept battling. I'm proud of their heart. I'm proud of how hard they played throughout the game, the second half especially. We didn't give in the whole time, made some plays, and luckily enough, it came out with a win.
At the end, man, it looked like you guys were going to cruise to victory. La Mirada came back, got a late score, but you guys answered. Talk about that last play, that touchdown play. What was that about?
Well, it was actually one call. We audibled to a different call, but it actually worked out good. So the kids executed a fade there, and we made a play, and that's, when you make plays in high school football, you're going to win.
All right, last year, your game with Orange, man, we called that game. We were so tired by the end of that game. It was so entertaining. I don't expect anything less. Can you talk about that game real quick? I know you just finished this one, but yeah. I already know your mind's on the next one.
Yeah, I took a quick look. Yeah, they got a good ball club. They're going to be a tough challenge for us. So obviously we're going to get in there this weekend, get a good game plan, prepare this week, and hopefully play well. Play better than tonight and execute better than we did tonight.
Yep. Coach, try to enjoy this one, man. You guys did good tonight. You didn't seem too happy with your team, but I get it. You don't want them to relax, and, they do have to improve a little bit.
Got a tough schedule. We got to be ready to play every week and no letdowns, so we got to do a better job.
All right, Coach, go in. Go get them. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the interview.
Thank you.
All righty. Taking anything for granted. Both these schools have in both their games pretty much mirror images of one another in terms of scoring. They're not blowing people out, but they're playing solid football.
Well, the game was so good a year ago, we have to do it again, right? We have to be in attendance when this game happens again. There's no way we can't be.
Yeah. So that'll be tomorrow night, everybody. Check that out. And happy to bring it to you, man. We're going to talk with Coach Pedroza about it in a little bit, but we just want to give you Yorba Linda's slant on it right now. Okay, Larry, we're going to go to games of interest. We're going to talk about some games upcoming this week of interest. Again, Southern California is such a hotbed. The nation looks at games here in SoCal. Inglewood at Carlsbad, Bob. Inglewood has 2 quality wins. Carlsbad's one of the top teams in San Diego. This is a game of interest because we need to see just how good Inglewood is this year.
This is going to be interesting, right? Again, it's an LA Southern Section school. It's a San Diego Section school. We're going to find out just how good these 2 programs that have been both really good programs, just how good they are.
All right. So, again, Carlsbad, Inglewood. So you have to have a look at that one. Inglewood beat St. Bonaventure, Ventura. Storied program, right. Great athletes. And then they traveled to Henderson and Vegas and the Heat and won there handily. So, you're playing 3 opponents there.
Right.
So, anyways, that'll be a good game. Long Beach, Poly, Mission Viejo, we kind of talked about this a little bit. Long Beach, Poly, are they for real this year? Everybody seems to think they are. They're even nationally ranked this year. Mission Viejo, traditionally a great ball club. Probably the 4th best team in Southern California the last decade. Modern day Corona Centennial, Bob, the battle of the nation's best.
Yes.
That's what that is right there. Yorba Linda Orange, too, is battle of the Southern section's best, but battle of the nation's best. Number 6, one modern day, number 6, Corona Centennial. Corona Centennial, Bob, runs that platoon offense. One is a option offense, and the other one's a traditional drop-back passing offense. Modern Day's going to have to prepare for both this week.
Look, you can argue that this is the best private school in Southern California versus the best public school in Southern California, right? I mean, the best versus the best. But this is a matchup that has not been kind to Centennial over the last couple of years, right? The last few times they played, Modern Day's had a pretty easy time beating Centennial. So I got to see, what do they have different? Can they go to another gear? Can Matt Logan get his team ready to go to match up with Modern Day? Very few can.
The last time Modern Day and Centennial played, it was 21-16. That's a close game. But, yeah, you're right. It's Modern Day's usually had their way at private school. But Matt Logan, we'll see what happens. He's had a great season so far. It's only going to get better. And, of course, the other game we're showcasing is the game we're talking about for tomorrow night.
Game of the week.
The 50-43 classic last year was just an amazing football game. That game will be played tomorrow night, and we're going to be bringing it to you here at LA 36. You can watch it here live, or you can get online and watch it at Prep Sports America after 10 o'clock. You can't go live. because of the rules.
Correct.
With Southern Section and the contractual obligations they have with other entities. So, anyways, that's what we're looking at right now. We're going to be talking to Coach Pedrosa. Right now, let's go to Dan DeForest. He's out in the field right now.
Hey, Dan DeForest with Prep Sports Media. I'm here with Max Quintana from Level Up. Hey, Max, what made you want to be a sponsor for Prep Sports Media?
So Level Up was really built on supporting the community, but also supporting our local athletes. We're an indoor cycling studio located in Costa Mesa off Newport Boulevard. So again, we're really interested in supporting these young athletes, especially in our local area in Orange County.
Max has been a 2-year sponsor for us, and look for Max tomorrow at the game, and we'll see you there. Back to you, Rich and Bob.
Level up. You're under a 10. You got to get to level up to get to be a 10, right, Bob?
No,
You
Max
got to get out there.
Max is the best in the business, man. Level Up. They're the greatest, and we thank them once again for being part of what we do.
All right, we got Coach Pedrosa, head coach over at Orange High School, joining us. Coach, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you guys for having us out here.
Yeah.
Coach, let's just start with the game last week, man. Forget the team right now. Let's talk about that game. That was one of the best high school games I've been calling games since the 80s. That was one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was a great game, back and forth. I think the final was 52-48, something like that.
It was
Right.
big.
And it was fun to watch. It was fun to be a part of, and it was an exciting game for sure.
You had a feeling last possession was going to win it, right?
Yeah,
Or they
for
just
sure.
sort of was going that
Yeah,
direction.
we had it, and we went down the field and just came up short, I think, on their 30-yard line
Right.
to try to win the game. So it was a tough one, and looking to bounce back this year.
There was so many big plays in that ball game last year, and we got to start with Boykin, man. Let's just go there. Last year as a sophomore, had almost 1,200 yards rushing. I mean, he was just phenomenal. Bob described him best as watching him play was like watching a video game. He's a Reggie Bush type. The guy had moves.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It was fun. I think he had like 290 on the ground, another 100 receiving, 4 or 5 touchdowns. He was electric that game for sure. And, obviously he led us the way. And we had a bunch of big plays that game that kept us in it and kept us going back and forth with them.
You can't coach that, right? What he does
No,
on
you
the
can't
field once he
coach
gets
that.
going?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
You just try to get the ball in his hands as quick as possible and let him do his thing.
Is he one of those types of kids where all the other kids feed off his energy?
Yeah, for sure. Once he gets the offense started, I think everybody else picks up on it. The defenses start catering towards to shut him down. It opens up a lot of things for the rest of our offense for sure.
Yeah.
Coach, let's talk about your quarterback situation this year. From what I'm checking out, you got a freshman and a sophomore going at it.
Yeah.
Tell us about that situation right now. That's kind of what Corona Centennial does. I don't know if you're platooning them, but they're both putting up numbers.
Yeah, they're both well above their age, and obviously one being a sophomore, one being a freshman. They're very talented, both of them, and we're going to keep platooning them and kind of let them see who's going to end up winning that job towards the end of the season. And obviously by week 10 and 11, and once we get into the playoffs, we should have somebody ready to roll. That's going to help us win a CAF title.
Does it make it easier to ease that transition into young quarterbacks when you have the weapons out there that help them make that easier for them?
Yeah, for sure. It makes it a lot easier knowing they can get the ball to any of those playmakers on the field and they can go 80 yards in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So I think it helps them out a lot, being able to see that and knowing that we have the talent there to support them.
Yeah, for sure. Defensive. Excuse me. Let's talk about your offensive line first of all. Let me talk about your offensive line. Again, it's like It's one of those groups. It's that pride of wanting to do it right, wanting to get those openings for those offensive players and make that happen. And so much happens with the big boys up front.
Yeah, it always starts with them. If they're on their game and they're taking care of business and they know their assignments, then the offense just runs well. So it obviously starts up front no matter what, no matter how many playmakers we have to have the guys up front to make it happen.
Coach, we have some shots here to Kobe Boykin. Just watching him play, and again, guys like this that come to your program with the natural ability to see the field and just go for it the way he does, make things happen. It's almost like once in a generation at a school.
Yeah, you don't get a talent like that very often, and when you do, it's pretty amazing to get to watch him from the sidelines and get to see what he does, because he does it so well, and he loves. You can see the passion that he plays with, and he just loves doing it. And for us coaches and us fans, it's awesome to watch.
I love the patience that he has. Right,
he has a lot of patience. Yeah, he has great vision,
looking for his opening. Right,
yes.
And then bam, he's got the speed to go right through.
Out of all the running backs I've had here in 8 years, he has the best vision by far. And he just he waits and he's patient and he makes things happen.
Just amazing watching that.
Yeah.
Now, let's
Lot of
talk.
fun.
Let's talk about Smith right now, your wide receiver. So far, doing great, man. The guy's averaging 22 yards a catch or something like that. Phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a senior this year, and he's been a 3-year starter for us. And the best thing about him too is he doesn't miss a play. He plays full-time defensive end and then full-time receiver, and he doesn't come off the field at all. And he's a very special talent, and obviously he's already off to a big start. I think he's like number 4 in the state in receiving, something like that. So he's definitely a big weapon that we like to use.
A wide receiver who plays defensive end too.
It's crazy. I know. I love it.
It might be good because he's quick off the edge, right?
Yeah, he is. He's very quick, and he's strong, and he's able to handle double teams, and he gets to the quarterback pretty quick. So it's nice to have him there.
You don't carry a big roster, Coach, so a lot of guys have to go both ways.
We do have quite a few that go both ways. When they're that good and they're good playmakers, they want to be on the field, and we want them on the field.
Right.
And I think carrying a lot of kids is there's some pluses and some negatives to it. But this is actually probably the most we've had in a couple of years on our roster.
Coach, let's talk about some defense here. Talk about Jet.
So Jets obviously plays corner for us. He also plays receiver. But he had a huge freshman season last year. Just got his 4-star rating this season. Obviously, I don't think maybe they've thrown in the first 2 games. I think they've thrown at him 1 time. He'll definitely be tested tomorrow night, but I know he's ready for it, and he's ready to make a big impact for us tomorrow night.
Because that's got to frustrate a DB where you're at the point where you're so darn good that you don't get to play hardly. You cover people, but they're not throwing it to you.
Yeah, you can tell sometimes it gets a little boring out there for him, but he stays tuned into it, and like I said, they got good receivers this week, so it'll be fun to watch him match up against them.
As long as you're dialed in, man.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
So, Coach, let's talk about the game coming up tomorrow, because I just think, in my opinion, it's just going to be a replay of last year's. I'm not saying the outcome's going to be the same, but I just think that
I was going to say, I hope
action,
not.
but the action's going to be there because, obviously you got some great players coming back. They're a little bit older this year. I mean, a lot of youngsters, man. And, Yorba Linda didn't graduate that many guys. Culveson may be gone, but they still got Beal, the quarterback, and guys you have to contend with that very well.
Yeah, I expect a somewhat similar game. Hopefully, our defense plays a little bit better and gets a couple more stops. But they're loaded. I mean, it's a well coached, well run program. And like I said, watching them on film, they're a really good football team. So we have our work cut out for us for sure. And I know our boys will come ready to play, and I know they're always ready to play too. So I think it'll be a fun, exciting game for both sides.
Did you have a chance to talk with Coach Bailey at all after that game and discuss kind of?
Not really. I did a little bit, and we were both kind of like, Jesus, we didn't know what was going to happen at the end of the game and how it was going to end. But we've played them twice, and both games came down that way. And it's great competition. It's a great preseason game for both, and obviously for us, moving forward before league and playoffs and things like that, it's a great test for our staff and our players.
How much fun is it for you and your coaching staff to match wits with another staff like that is really good, and to go X's and O's versus other really good coaches like you guys are?
It's amazing, and that's why you coach the game, for those moments and those things to test each other. And like I said, that staff is second to none. That staff's amazing. They have a lot of good coaches, a lot of coaches that have coached many years, a lot of coaches that played college football. So I have nothing but respect for them. I think everybody in the county does because they're that good.
Coach, your program, I mean, you guys have done pretty well since you've taken over the helm. Talk about your philosophy in terms of X's and O's and how you get these guys in a winning mode. They've been doing nothing but winning since you got there.
Yeah, when we started, we just wanted to outwork everyone. We took the plan of weight room, speed training, just kind of outwork everybody that we play and try to be tough and nasty up front and get those linemen going and obviously getting some playmakers that can run behind them and throw the ball behind them and just make plays. So it kind of just took the approach of, we want to outwork people, want to get this thing together. We go year round. We do a lot of tournaments, a lot of 7-on-7, all those kind of things to try to bring them together and just, be ready for the season.
Go ahead, Bob.
No, I was going to ask you, has it built on itself because kids say, hey, maybe kids who hadn't thought about football say, hey, I want to come out and be part of the football program. Look how good it is.
Yeah, I believe it really has, especially these last 2 years. We've had a lot of kids on campus that all of a sudden want to come play football, want to be a part of it. And, they know that they might not be able to step in and play, but they want to be part of the whole tradition that we built in the last 8 years, and they want to be part of the winning. Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, I've noticed it more and more as we go along. And I've never seen it in football as much as I've seen it now where the freshmen come in, sophomores come in, and they make a big difference right away.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere. I think I want to say last year we started 2 or 3 freshmen. This year, another 2 or 3. Have a lot of sophomores playing, a lot of talented kids that are playing. You know, obviously you usually get your older kids at the line and places like that. But, we've been able to be fortunate enough to have freshmen and sophomores that stepped up right away, ready to play. And it's not like – and they're playing high competitive football. You know, you're playing teams like Villa Park and Yorba Linda and La Habra, which are all 3 powerhouses in the county.
Absolutely.
Good football, good coaches, and those freshmen and sophomores are able to step right in and help us win games.
Yeah, unbelievable, and it's at that level, and it's even at the highest level in the country. You know, with modern day Bosco starting freshmen at time, even at quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
To me, it's just unheard of. It's unheard of. It wasn't like that back in the day.
Yeah, different times for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, we're going to have some fun right now. Now, tell us about who's going to be the better wing eater tonight. Is it going to be Jackson Tanalu, David Reese, or Jesse Reese? No relation.
I would say Jesse Ruiz.
Jesse, huh?
I would say Jesse.
All right. That's a bold prediction right there. Where's Jesse anyway?
Jesse's the smallest one too.
John, what do we got right now with? All right, hey, hang on. We're going to go to Elwood right now. He's got some of your group over here. Elwood, what's happening over there?
How you doing? I need y'all to give it up to the Orange Panthers cheerleaders. Give it up, give it up.
There you go, Bob. That's a good group coming in tonight. All right, Orange High School, man. Nothing like the spirit.
Love it, love it.
Cheerleaders in the band. All right. All right, John. Hey, John, why don't you give us up to date while we get the guys up here? We're going to talk with Boykin and Jet White right now, but tell us what's going to go on with this wing eating contest today.
Oh, man, we are so excited for the wing eating contest. Thanks to Rock and Brew. We got 3 guys that are going to be up here in a few minutes, and there's going to be one heck of a challenge. And I'm not going to be the judge. Those lovely cheerleaders are going to be the judges of this competition. So in a few minutes, stand by for the Rock and Brew wing eating contest. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. And we'll have Ryan from Rock and Brew here to explain it all to you. So stick around for the wing eating contest. Back to you, Rich.
All right, thank you, John. Joining me on the set now are 2 of the athletes we talked about here at Orange High School. Sitting next to me, to my right, which is the TV's left. Let's fix our domes up. I got to fix my feathers, too. We're talking with Kobe Boykin to my right. He's the running back of the Panthers. And, of course, Jet White, headed to USC, I believe. Congratulations to you. All right. All right, guys, pick your microphones. That's how we're going to hear you guys. So let's start with you, Boykin. Your season last year was just phenomenal, man. Did you expect that? I mean, you were phenomenal. You're one of the best sophomore running backs in the country.
My thing was just working hard. I feel like once you just keep working hard, you just keep doing what you got to do, everything falls in place. So I just felt like that's what I was doing, going in for practices, early at practice. What else? It was just hard work and dedication at the end of the day. I was working with my dad. It's just people in my corner that helped me elevate my game to the next level because I'm going somewhere others are not. So at the end of the day, I got to work harder. So I just felt like I had to elevate my game to a different level.
You have to. You have. You know, like Bob was saying, your video game, man, we were watching some crazy stuff last year in that Yorba Linda game, and I'm sure it's even wilder than what we saw last week. And I know your teammates here and everybody that watches you, your fans, are just used to it now. It's like Reggie Bush. We just expect greatness out of you. And I'm sure they feel the same way, man. No pressure. Just be you.
But I feel like that's just me. Like I said, I put the work in. When I'm in the game, I just let it flow. I let everybody do the talking. It's gonna be critics. It's gonna be the haters. It's gonna be fans. But at the end of the day, you just gotta roll with the punches.
Just be
so
you. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you just gotta be you. You gotta know who you are. Know your inner self. So I feel like me being my inner self, knowing what I can do with the ball, is just I just let the game play. I play the game like I'm in a video game.
Exactly.
So
man. That's what Gibson said. It's like a video game, man.
So at the end of the day, when I'm running a play on Madden and I see something, I picture it while I'm in the game. I'm getting through the creases. Whoop, I see that. So it's just like that. At the end of the day, I gotta thank my line at the end of the day because they're the ones who set up blocks. I read off them. So shout out to them too. So.
Yep. For those of you that haven't seen Kobe Blake play, you better watch tomorrow night's game, and you should watch the game last year too, because you have that. There's a lot of good running backs in the southern section, the city section. Either they have speed or they have quickness, and you have both, and that's what makes you dangerous and crazy out there on the football field. I would not want to defend you. I'm sorry. Even though you're probably lucky I didn't, because I would put the hurt on you. You know that, right? In my playing day. All right, just kidding. Hey, let's talk to Jet a little bit. Jet, first of all, congratulations, man. You got some accolades coming your way. You're already on. We got you. Just talk right into that microphone. You're on.
It's on?
Yeah, you're on. All right. So it's great to see that you're working hard too, and you got good people looking at you like the Trojans. Yep. You got a commitment there already?
Yes, sir.
You're the man. I love that. Here we go. Knuckle me up there. I see it on your wrist. Everybody on his wrist right there. That's what that's about. Yes, sir. Now, that's what it's all about. It's really great when stuff like that happens to guys that work hard like Kobe. Kobe, you going to BYU or what? I read something about that. Pick up your microphone. Pick it up. We got to talk into that thing.
Right now, I'm committed to the University of Utah, so that's where I'll be going. Go Utes.
All right. Pretty close. All right. Go Utes. I got you. So anyways, Jet, is that your lifelong dream when you growing up as a kid? Did you want to play at USC, or did it matter?
Yeah, it really mattered to me.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of tradition out there, man. Lynn Swan, you got a lot of guys. Steve Smith,
Yep.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, go out and be the next great one. Well,
No.
you're playing, but you're a DB, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're like great ones too, like Ronnie Lott,
Yeah.
So, one of the best of all time. Let's talk about your work ethic. Where do you get that from? Who do you pattern your game after? Who's your guy?
Jalen Ramsey, I watch him a lot
Yeah.
on YouTube. The coaches, they tell me a lot of stuff about my technique. Stay calm in game. Just don't panic. That's it, really.
Now, I was talking with Coach earlier, and I said it must be getting boring for you because they won't throw to your side, and that's not a slap. That's a sign of mad respect when they don't throw your side.
Yep. They're really talking on the sideline. But when I shut the play down, they won't be talking no more.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Richard Sherman had that same problem when he was at Dominguez High. They would never throw to his side. He'd pick every ball that came to his side, and that's kind of what you're going to be penalized for that.
Yep.
How do you keep sharp, though? Because if you're not getting that game time rep, that adrenaline flowing, you're going up against a competition that wants to beat you and beat you bad, how do you stay ready?
Just keep playing hard. Just don't fall asleep on one side. If they're not passing you, don't fall asleep. They won't pass it to you when you fall asleep.
Yeah,
Don't pass.
they will.
Yes.
Yeah, they will. Hey, John, we got the wing guys ready? We getting them ready?
We got to go back over here.
Okay. All right. You guys pick up your microphone, Kobe. All right. So you heard the three guys that are going for the wing eating tonight. They got to clean this wing. Whoever cleans I think there's 2 or 3 wing. We want them to go for volume, but there's legal problems when you do that. So we had to forget all that. But they got to clean. They got to clean 2 or 3 wings up. They got 45 seconds. They just clean that up. Of the 3 of Jackson Tanalou, David Reese, or Jesse Reese, who's going to win this
I
thing?
got my boy Jackson.
You got Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think Jackson?
I don't know. He's big.
He's
so I
big?
think they eat it all. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll inhale it, lick that thing. What do you think about it, Kobe? What are you thinking?
I got Jackson too, so that's my guy. So.
All right. I think Coach said David Reese. Where's David? Is he up there yet? Now, the Reeses aren't related, right? That's just a popular name in Orange, right? Reese. We got one more. Here we come. All right. Hey, John. No, we want you guys to commentate on this, man. I want to hear what you guys got to say about your teammates while they're pigging out over there a little bit. Okay, Elwood, you got something for us? Let's do it. Go for it.
Okay, family, let's give it up for the Orange Panther cheerleaders. Once again, give it up. Come on, give it up for y'all cheerleaders.
right, guys, they're getting ready to get the food out here so you can watch your teammates eat a little bit and root them on. So let's talk about your season, guys, coming up. All right, tough game last week, but you guys could bounce back from that. You can't hit a home run every time up at bat, right? Every now and then you're going to have a bad game, and obviously last week you had a tough one. I'm not going to say it's bad and that Villa Park's not very good, because Villa Park is good, you know that. But what last week? What was the difference in week 1 to week 2?
I feel like the difference between week 1 and week 2 is the coaches know this, the players know this. We just got to put the ball in our playmakers' hands. And I feel like we went away from that against Villa Park. Villa Park had a game plan set with me. Everywhere I went, they went. So it's just at the end of the day, I have players around me now to where they can help. So I just thank my players for that. I know they're going to come out and ball tomorrow. And we just going to roll with the punch tomorrow. We're going to go with the bad and the good. So we know bad things going to happen. We just got to learn from our mistakes and just keep bouncing back.
Any extra incentive from last year's game? Because that was a heck of a game. Even though you lost, you had to be proud of your effort. That was a great effort. I don't care what anybody says.
Last year really don't matter. It's really about now. But last year was a tough game. I feel like we did go up. But
you learned from it, though, right? You know what happened.
We learned from everything. We know what we got to do now, and we just hoping we come out to win.
Jet, what about you, man? You going to be on their best guy tomorrow?
Yes, sir. On the defensive side, we just gotta stop the run game really against Villa Park. We just have to stop the run game. That's it. They was getting 5 yards every time. We just gotta stop that. We would have won that game.
Now, what about tomorrow night with Yorba Linda? What's the lesson from last year?
Well, I'm not really worried about last year's game, to be honest.
No, the lesson learned. What did you learn? Like, what do you know not to do this year that you did last year that didn't help? Every time you play a game, man, and especially in a loss, you learn something. Believe me, your coach always points that out. Everybody gets it in a loss. You know that.
Yeah, just keep your head up, really. Don't think about all the bad things that happened in the past.
All right. Now, what about this? Now, you used to have one. You're only a junior right now, right? So you have another year to go.
I'm a sophomore.
Oh, you're a sophomore, right? That's right. We were talking about that too, about how you guys are so young but making impacts right away, which is crazy. It never used to be like that. But hang on a second. You guys ready? Okay, we're kind of stretching it because these guys are ready to go. Hey, John, why don't you flip a light around right there? We don't need it. You can flip it right back around. We need to get some better lighting on those guys. Who do you think's going to win this thing again? Which one? Is the guy in the middle, the end?
Guys,
which one?
We're hanging out at Rock and
Where's
Brew.
he at?
Hanging out with Ryan Mattis, GM of Rock and Brew. Ryan, thank you so much for supplying the wings for this contest. Please tell me what these gentlemen are going to be eating today.
I appreciate it, John. All right, we're doing the wing challenge, all right? You get 45 seconds, gentlemen, 45 seconds to eat those wings down as clean as possible, okay? All the meat, all the sauce, as much as you can get. And after 45 seconds, we're going to rate you on how clean they are. The winner is going to get a $50 gift card back to Rock and Brews.
That's awfully kind of you. Now, ladies, come on, step forward here. I have our 3 judges here. What is your name, please?
My name is Angelina.
My name is Nancy.
My name's Ava.
Okay, are you ladies ready to judge these gentlemen?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, these are your judges. You've got 45 seconds to eat these wings clean. All right, let me get my guys here. Who do we got?
I'm David Ruiz.
David Ruiz.
I'm Jackson Tanielu. I'm Jesse Ruiz.
There you go, Jesse Ruiz. All right, guys, are you ready to eat these wings and get them clean? All right, are you ready? Are you guys related? Yeah. They are related.
No, we're not lying.
They're twins. All right. Maybe you guys practice at home growing up.
Got to clarify.
All right. Are you ready? You guys have 45 seconds. You got to be clean all the way down to the bone. Thank you to Rock and Brew, and your time starts now. Oh, man, they're really getting into these wings. They are really getting into these wings. Got to get these things all the way down to the bone. Here we go. Oh, these guys are doing it. Come on, guys. 30 seconds. We're looking for the cleanest bones that we can get. Go, guys. You guys have 15 seconds. Let's go. 15 seconds for the... I see some clean bones down on the end there. 8 seconds, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, stop. No more eating. No more eating. All right, ladies, please. Here, take the microphone. Take the microphone.
All
You
right.
decide who wins this competition.
Hey, that's a full wing right there. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You're out. I'm going to have to go with Jesse.
All right, go crown him. There you go. Crown him and give him the chicken. Jesse Ruiz, our big winner. And gentlemen, thank you again very much. Hey, appreciate it. Tell us what you're expecting tomorrow night.
I'm expecting to see the QB make some throws, make some plays, letting the running back make some plays, and pushing back that defensive line.
Fantastic. I wish you nothing but the best. Hey, thank you so much for participating. What can we expect out of you tomorrow night?
Block for my quarterback and make the holes for my running back so we can score and win.
That's fantastic. And our big champion here, come on, man, you got to at least squeak the chicken. There you go. You get the chicken, you get the boa. Congratulations. Not only can you play football, but you can eat chicken. Hey, man, you won $50 to Rock and Brew. What can we expect out of you tomorrow?
You can expect tackles and tackles for losses.
There you go. We're going to get a good, clean game, just like these good, clean chicken wings. Ryan, there you have it, man. We did it. All right. Rich, back to you. That was our Rock and Brew chicken wing contest.
All right, thanks a bunch. All right, guys, pick up your mics. Don't be dropping this thing on the ground here, man. You're blowing these guys' ears out over there.
Okay, my bad.
Hey, let me ask you guys. I'll start with you, Kobe. So how are you going to keep sharp and how are you going to keep your head about yourself, the next year and a half? There's a lot of things going to be coming your way. A lot of crazy stuff comes your way. How do you differentiate all that stuff and how are you going to keep your head about yourself to get to that next level?
How I handle that is I just don't get too big-headed. I make sure I put my people on. I make sure everybody eat around me. And everybody know that about me. I make sure everybody eat. If I get an offer, I want everybody to get an offer. Because at the end of the day, I want to go somewhere with one of my friends, at least one of my linemen. I want to make sure I put them on. So at the end of the day, it's just, like I said, it's all about hard work. I remember I started at 11. I didn't start at 4 or 5 like certain other kids. I started at 11. Make sure I kept my body fresh. And then we just, like I said, we're just rolling with the punch right now. Right now, I'm looking forward to college. Yep. That's all I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward one more year of this, and I'm looking forward to college ball. So it's just all about that right now.
Yep, there's no such thing as an overnight sensation. These guys have been working out, like you said, since 11. I mean, it takes time. Jet, how about you, man? How you gonna stay a clear path, not get in any trouble, man? How you gonna keep your head about yourself?
Just trying not to get in trouble, really. Yep. Work hard, do what I have to do to get to college.
Yep. You have to write it down, man. This is my goal. I'm gonna put it away and look at it when you don't want to work. Say, this is my goals. There's only one way to get there, and like you guys have already figured it out. It's hard work, but you guys both got talent. You guys got both, especially Kobe. You got that natural ability, man. How do you see stuff? How do you move like that? Coach says you can't coach that.
One thing you can't coach is athleticism, and you can't coach speed. You can't coach what a player see on the field. So when we running something in practice, and I'll tell them I'll see something else in the game. So if we ran that same play in practice, I'll tell them I'll see something in the game, and I just see what I see and go. One player I watch is D'Anthony Thomas, Tavon Austin. Yep. I just watch players who I feel like my skill set is like, and I learn from them. I watch when I run, watch linebackers when I run, see where they're going to go, see where they're going to overflow at. So it's just things like that. Actually, it's just homework for me.
We had D'Anthony Thomas on this show a decade ago. 12 years ago we had him. He's a senior at Crenshaw. Good athlete. Went to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Man. How about, go ahead. I'm sorry. How about you, Jet?
Wait, what was that question again?
We're talking about, workout, your athleticism, and how you're going to keep it going.
Before games, I'll try to visualize what I'm going to do before I play in the game, and I hope it happens. Yeah.
For instance, this guy, there's no coach in this, man. Yeah. He's just gone. His head's looking this way. His body's going that way. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. And yourself, you got it a little bit more difficult because they're not throwing to you, like we said. They're not going to throw to your side, You have to make the most out of your practices, I guess.
Yeah. Just work hard in practice and see how it'll come out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Where are the boys at right now? All right. We got to get Coach Pedroza back up. And Bob, get up here as soon as you can. All right, go ahead, John. What do you got?
We're just hanging out, really enjoying the festivities here at Rock and Brew. Another packed house, Orange High announced. Let's hear it, Orange High. Big game tomorrow. Let's go, Orange High. We got a big game coming up tomorrow against Yorba Linda. Again, don't forget to join us out at Rock and Brew every Wednesday night. We are Prep Sports Media. The show is Prep Sports Night Live. You can go to our website, find out who we are. We are trying to get kids on TV and get them exposure. And tonight we have Orange High in the house. So it's been a great night hanging out with Dan DeForest, not only a sponsor, but one of the co-hosts on the show. So we're having a great time, and we're looking forward to more. So back to you, Rich.
Okay, Coach Pedroza, if you're out there, man, come on back up. Got a couple more things for you. Anyways, Bob, want to talk about Freeman, Freddie Freeman, your boy that's giving up money to get us an elevator at Fred Kelly Stadium in the press box, going to get us a hot tub and a big screen up there.
So for Freddie Freeman, who won a World Series championship with the Braves last year, signed as a free agent with the Dodgers in the offseason. So Dodger fans well know who Freddie Freeman is now. Going to give $500,000 to his alma mater, El Medina High School. Right? He's an El Medina
is that all?
Vanguard.
$500,000, Freeman?
You want him to cut out you want him to cut out $1 million?
That's very generous,
no,
man.
That's very good.
That's very generous.
They're excited over there at the baseball program. That El Medina baseball program has been really good for a long time, but they're going to get even better now because they're going to get some new facilities over there. And we know it's tough to raise funds for public schools. We're trying to do that here ourselves, trying to get kids scholarships as part of what we're doing. But when somebody like Freddie Freeman can step up and do that and give back to his alma mater, that's big time, right? To be able to see that. So good on Freddie Freeman, and congratulations to El Medina. Going to get that money over there and get some new facilities.
Very timely for Freeman to do that too. He just comes to LA as a Dodger, and he doesn't forget where he came from, and is going to put his money where his mouth is, man.
He's a Southern California kid. I mean, he really had that love affair with Atlanta. They ended up winning a World Series, so I think that'll always be near and dear to him. But look, being able to come back home and be a Dodger and what the Dodgers are doing this year, really get a chance to be part of something special again this year.
Nice tax write-off too, huh, for Freeman? Huh?
Hey,
signing bonus here?
When you start making those tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, you got to find ways to write it off, some of it off, right?
Yep. All right, Dan, you standing by? All right. We got our camera girl coming over. That's great, man. Hey, real quick, Bob, before we go to Dan, Robbie Weigott's going to retire after the season, man. We haven't talked about that. Robbie, we haven't forgot about you. We got to get you to come in on the show. We'll go interview him and talk to him for a little bit.
You and I both have done this a long time. We've been through a few commissioners over the years.
Yep.
And a lot of stuff happened during the Rob Weigott administration, right? And but kudos to Rob.
A lot of good things.
Congratulations. He's going to go off and retire and turn it over to somebody else. All the good times plus some of the headaches as well. But mostly I think good times is what Rob's going to take with him. And he did a heck of a job as the commissioner, keeping the southern section together during the toughest time of all, which was COVID.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think he did a pretty good job.
You think he did a good job? What are you giving him? You giving him a C? C plus?
C plus for Weigott? All right, we'll give him a C plus.
No, Robbie did a great job. We're going to talk about all the stuff he's done. He did a lot of good things for the southern section, and I've told him many times that the best thing he ever did was just shake up the playoff system, man. Just do it. And they did it.
They did it.
So, anyways, let's go to Dan DeForest. Dan standing by.
Hey, thanks, Rich. Hey, a couple great games this week. You talked a little bit earlier about the modern-day Centennial at Centennial. I'm predicting an upset there. I'm looking for Centennial to pull that game off. And another game that I do like is the Poly versus Mission Viejo at Mission Viejo. I think the Jackrabbits are looking good on both sides of the ball, especially at the front line. And I do predict their skill prediction will be opening it up and a big victory for the Jackrabbits. And that's what I have for this week in my top 10. Thank you so much. Back to you, Rich.
All right. We're trying to get Dan to go around and do what Nico used to do back in the old Prep Sport Live days, get snack bar reports. I think we're going to do that. Matter of fact, we got a guy who's very qualified to do that sitting right next to us. Elwood, you got to squeeze in a little bit closer to Bob right now. All right.
Well, Elwood squeezed in. I'm going to agree with Dan real quick. I know you mentioned Pauly again. Pauly's working their way up the charts, man. Pauly's back.
Pauly will make a great leap if they can win this weekend.
This is the big one.
If they can win this, if they can beat Mission Viejo, or even give them a game. Let's face it, need to give them a game. So we'll see what happens.
Indeed. Elwood Brown in the house.
Anyways, Elwood Brown.
Hey, I'm happy to be here, guys, man. Tonight's a great night. John, you guys invited me out here to hang out with you guys. It's fun.
Yep.
Beautiful thing. It's fun.
Look at Elwood. He got the Hotel California look behind his head right there, over his shoulder.
Look at that sunset.
It's that sunset with the palm trees.
That's something or what?
Thank you, Elwood.
Love and
so,
life.
Elwood, we just didn't bring you up here tonight just to talk. You got a special award this last week, huh? What happened? What'd you get? What's going on?
It wasn't this past week. I got Teacher of the Year for my school district.
Not just that, though.
And also Teacher of the Year for the state of California.
Whoa!
Yeah, he did.
Teacher of the Year for the state of California.
Yeah, I work at a continuation high school in Brea.
Good.
You know, God puts you in a place where you can make an impact. And I think that's the place for me. I retired from basketball coaching. No more refereeing. The wife is like, get me out the house because I've been home too much. So it's good. Everything's great, man. Life is good. I enjoy life. I'm blessed. And I enjoy hanging out with you guys.
I know the rewards are obviously
Can't put it better than that.
The rewards are in the work that you do, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's, but it's nice to be, it's nice to be recognized for that as well, though.
Well, yes. I mean, and for me, I'm having fun. When I go to work, I'm happy to get up in the morning to go to work. And that's every day. So it's a good time for me.
Yep, you can't beat that, Elwood. And again, you've been around quite a while. I know you've been coaching basketball, and you know what? Coaching basketball is not fun. After you get out of the little pee-wee league level, it's not fun, man. It's not. There's a lot of stress involved. That's why Elwood's lost all his hair, man, right?
Well, yeah, the hair was gone a long time ago, but once you lose the passion, the desire to coach, the energy level, it's time to hang it up. Now I can be a fan. I can go watch basketball. I can go watch football. Those are the things that's the quality of life. That's good.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you, man. John, you got something to add to all this mayhem over here? Look at Bob.
I always have
There
man.
it is.
Oh, there's a video. Make sure we're watching that video. As long as we're watching the Dancing Elwood, that makes me happy.
Hey, baby.
Gotta love that video. No, I do have something to add to this, guys. I'm really proud to be Elwood's friend. Really glad that we have Elwood Brown in the house joining us at Rock and Brews. His award he won was so prestigious, and what we do is we recognize school kids and we recognize athletes, and it's about time we recognize Elwood Brown for doing such a great job with the community. Prep Sports Media is all about the community, and so is Elwood Brown. So I'm very proud to have him here on our show and part of our Prep Sports Media family. So thank you so much, Elwood Brown, for being here tonight.
Thank you, John. Thank you, man. Anytime I can hang out with you, man, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Elwood, what do you take away from coaching? Because that's got to be the hardest thing you had to do, or is the classroom harder?
Well, as a coach, you got to understand if you lose the passion, the desire to be in the gym, even going to practice. I was to the point where it was taking me 3 hours just to get to practice. Practice only an hour and a half. So it's time to hang it up. It's not fair for the kids. I still mentor some kids. The beauty of the kids that I coach, they're in high school, college, or even married with kids, they always come back to me. So it's the impact you make on kids that's beautiful. That's what it's about.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
No doubt about that. So we talked about a lot of games today, and I know you follow it, but just want to get your input on the big game this week. It's modern day Corona Centennial, one of the most successful private schools in America against one of the most successful public schools in the United States. Big ball game. The only team to disrupt modern day and Bosco in terms of Southern Section titles is Corona Centennial. Can they do it again this year? Is it possible?
It's always a saying with the public schools and the private schools. The private schools that everyone thinks they should win, but these public kids, they're like, hey, man, you got to play the game. That's why you play the game. So I'm going to go with Corona.
All right. I like it. I mean, there's no right or wrong until the games are played. Also got to get your thoughts, guys, on another thing that happened this week. Things are so crazy right now. I just can't believe what's going on out there. But I believe it's Coast Union up north, Central California, did not play. I think it was Valley Christian up there decided not to play them because they had a couple girls on the team that were playing wide receiver. And the guys didn't want to hit them. I mean, they just didn't want to. So they decided not to play the game. And now there's a big old thing where they want them to cancel the whole season because they forfeited their game against the game that had two girls on the team. I know young ladies have kicked footballs. They kicked off and punted and stuff like that. But, wide receiver is a whole different monster out there when you're talking about young ladies and these, face it, these are young men.
Yes.
Where do you stand on that? What do you think?
It's tough. I mean, young ladies want to play a man's game. That's tough. as a player, once you put on that helmet, it is what it is. Right. But as a human being, if I'm a DN, do I want to go blast this wide receiver young lady? Nah, it takes away from it, I think.
Yep.
It takes something away from it. Is it much? It's enough to impact the game.
I think, and basically to a man on that team, they didn't want to hurt anybody. There's no, what are you taking away? You went out there and you went full blast on a young lady, but you can't pull up. You got to play the game, and the game is meant to be played at 100 miles per hour.
It's not that girls or women can't be tough, because we see girls wrestling, right? And girls wrestling is just blowing up, right? It's huge now, and we see, but that's girls wrestling other girls, right? So we've seen that. There's definitely toughness there. But when it comes to boys versus girls, men versus women, right? There's inherently, something going on there, physicality wise. That right, men do not want to hurt women too, by our nature, right? So it's you're right. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Well, again, now the leagues that be up there, that whoever governs the central section up there is just basically going to make them forfeit their whole season for forfeiting for that reason.
I don't think that's right either.
It's not. I don't think it is. I think that you have a choice. You got to keep people safe. That's part of a coach's job.
It is, right.
Is to keep your players safe. And I'm not going to sit here and get into a big argument, a big thing about boys versus girls in sports. But let's face it, when it comes to football, pretty much the boys have an advantage. Pretty much.
I agree.
Yes.
And wrestling, I've seen girls wrestle boys before, and that's a whole different monsters because you both weigh the same. It's the same weight. But generally the boys are a little bit stronger, bigger, faster.
Football is the impact. Once they make that impact, it's tougher on the young lady.
Yeah, it was a tough one to hear that this week of Coach Union. Something else, guys. We talked a little bit. We kind of touched on about last week. St. John Bosco got ahead of themselves with the NIL name, image, and likeness. It was announced that they had a deal done. And they did it for the whole team, so everybody got a little bit of money. Now it turns out that's not what happened, or whatever.
Right.
But what do you think about those trickling down now? Because that's going to become a point of contention now for a lot of teams in Southern California and the country if NIL deals hit high school sports.
It's tough with high school sports because they're kids.
I understand that. Yep.
College is a different animal. It's a lot of revenue based in college. High school sports, they still have to fundraise, to get the revenue. So that's tough. That's a tough one. I wouldn't agree with that one.
Yeah. I think this is coming to a head because as we spoke last week, Bronny James, and now he's got some NIL deals already. Now you're not allowed, as the Southern Section has said, and the state of California has stated that they're not allowed to use their school. They're not allowed to wear their jersey or anything to do with the school. It's something individual, but they can't stop it.
Well, that's where the private schools come in effect. Their rules are a little different from public schools. They make and change rules daily, so that's a tough call. I don't agree with it.
The only thing I like about what's going on now is the fact that the private schools, the public schools can now, it's kind of like equal footing now because kids can go anywhere they want. Where before, there's a lot of finagling, a lot of gerrymandering with the rules, with certain schools, but now it's wide open. And I just hope the NIL stuff doesn't trickle down. Bob, it's going to be chaos for the coaches.
No, it really is. It's going to be hard to keep track of this stuff, right? And like we said, what happens when the first private or public school comes in? Hey, who's to say? I'm not using this as an example, but Freddie Freeman, right? He gave that money. What's to say an athlete doesn't say, hey, I want to put some money out there for an NIL deal for my school, right? And somebody puts money out there to make that happen. I don't know. I don't know how coaches keep a lid on it. I don't know how they keep track of it. I think it's opening a whole can of worms here that we don't need at the high school level.
At some point, they're going to legislate something. You got Tommy Tuberville, who used to coach at Tennessee, and he's been around Auburn at one point or something like that. He was in the SEC conference for a number of years. Now he's a congressman or a senator, isn't it?
Congress. Yeah, he's in the Congress.
Yeah, so he's going to spearhead this with another guy. I can't remember his name right. Another congressman that they were both in the NFL. They got a good grip on this stuff, so hopefully they can bring some kind of semblance of order to this thing because it's out of control right now in the college ranks, and now it's going to be out of control in the high school ranks. And the other question is, Bob, when we debate this as we're getting ready to close the show, you know, do you even have to play pro ball anymore if you're good enough in college? I mean, somebody's got $10 million already, you know, they've got for the next couple of years coming out. I mean, you might just be able to play your college years and then stop.
I think one thing we're going to end up seeing is I think we're going to see kids who are getting a little bit of money in high school. Won't be a lot, but some kids, they're not going to play high school ball, right? They're going to say, you know, I'm going to play high school ball anymore. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and go to college. And then maybe they go to college and they get some money there. Maybe they say, yeah, I'm not going to play college ball. I'm going to wait till I get drafted, right, by the pros. Sure. Why would I take a risk of an injury? Why would I take a risk of anything else happening? I got big money coming to me at the next level. Yep. So we're going to see kids sitting stuff out to get to that big money, that big paycheck at the next level.
All right, so we got a couple minutes left. John Conti has a little something before we get off the air.
Well, hey, guys, this is the part of the show where we thank everybody. And, of course, tonight we had Orange High School in the house. Most of them took off because they have a big game tomorrow with Yorba Linda, but we were really excited to have them here. Next week, we have Western High School in the house. Coach Dan Davidson promised to come with like 300 people strong, so we're looking forward to Western High School next week. Want to thank all of our sponsors. We have a Lighthouse Escrow. We have a Level Up Cycle House, Suzuki, Ream. Who am I missing, Dan? DeForest Real Estate. Dan DeForest from DeForest Real Estate. We have so many great people that help put the show on. Also, we got so many people. Woodman, Modern Woodman is here. If I missed you, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you've done. Let's also not forget our great LA 36 crew behind us. We got Carla not here today, but look at me. I got Larry, I got Andy, I got Gio, I got everybody over here working hard. And let's also not forget Rockin' Brews, the place we are, the sponsor where we do everything right here at Rockin' Brews. So just want to make sure we get all of our thank yous in. Again, Orange High School in the house tomorrow. Yorba Linda versus Orange High, Fred Kelly Stadium, 7 o'clock, LA 36. Be there. We will. Back to you, Rich.
Thanks a lot, John. We appreciate it. We look at our sponsors page, and they're so important to what we do, and we're able to, you know, get games on the air and do shows like this. These are the guys that are taking care of it. We have Lighthouse Escrow, Woodman. Of course, you mentioned Ream. Level up. That's where 5 becomes a 10, 6 Max becomes a 10, and 1 becomes a 10. Level up, man. They'll get you going. They'll get your body in shape. And, of course, Suzuki, man. They used to make cars, Bob, at one point,
they
right?
Did, right?
Suzuki going everything else, you know, but Suzuki Motorsports.
That's a motorcycle company.
Yep,
right there.
they still got it going on.
Stuff.
Don't forget, as John mentioned, next week we'll have Western High School in the house. Those guys are having another good year. Western, since Stan Davidson has got there, has really upgraded everything. I mean, they're just phenomenal right now. They played for a state. I think they played in a state playoff game a couple years ago. They've also had the nation's leading passer, not the local guy, the state's leading passer. They had the guy for the most yards thrown in the country, over 5,000 in one season. So their offense is pretty entertaining. So we'll have Western High School of Anaheim in the house next week, and they will pack this place, no doubt. All right, guys, anything else you want to add? We're about ready to go off the air. Once again, Elwood, congratulations to you, man. That's a big honor right there. You're an MVP.
Hey, man, I love what I do. That's all. I love what I do. Everything's good.
And you got the wrong color jacket. You need the gold jacket now. You're a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame gold jacket. There you go.
You're a Hall of Famer.
There it is.
That's all. There you go again. That's it. That's all.
What do you got, John?
I'm hanging out with Joe Shippey, man. When Joe Shippey's in the house, I just want to make it known. Joe Shippey's in the house. He's here with his family hanging out. Reem is in the house, so we always want to thank folks that come and support our show. That's it. I'm finding everybody in the crowd. Back to you guys.
All right.
I was expecting a Packer comment from him, but we'll let it go.
That's all. Have a good one, family.
Right there, but we don't want that anymore. Thank you, Joe, for being here.
Packers comment. I like that. All right, everybody, that's it for this edition of Press Sports Night Live. On behalf of John Conti, Dan DeForest, Elwood, what are you, Teacher of the Year?
Yeah, State Teacher of the
State
Year.
Teacher of the Year? I still can't believe that, but
Hey, I love what I do.
you guys better not be pulling my leg.
No.
All right. On behalf of Bob
I love what
Gibson,
I
Richard
do, baby.
Tracy, and so long for friends here at Press Sports Night Live. See you next Wednesday with Western High in the house. Good night, everybody.